Hello farmers, welcome back to Green Mountain Forest. It is now day 4 spring. I have cleared the road a little bit yesterday afternoon. It is looking so much better since the original road that we put in. A lot wider, so wide enough the electrical company said they can actually get down here now. And once I give enough room, they can go ahead and hitch up some solar panels. So that's what we're doing. We're clearing out down here by the sawmill so they can come down here and give the sawmill some power. And I'll also earn some cash by doing so every hour, kind of like we did for the to the country store at the other end. So hopefully not much clearing out to do here, and then we're going to take the tree harvester up and start clearing out a lot for our house because I'm tired of sleeping in the Volvo truck. It's fun at first, you know. Hey, I'm sleeping in a truck. You know, you make a little thing of it, but after about 3 or 4 nights in a row, you know, you start to wish you had a little bit more room. So, and plus, I think we're at the stage now that the road is looking better, a lot better actually. I'll show it to you later on when we go ahead and I'll probably do it. And I'll bring the Volvo truck up in the trailer to maybe clear out some logs up at the new homestead, if you will. But yeah, it's a lot wider. You don't even have to even guess where the road is for the most part. I almost made it from here to the corner. Not quite. It got a little dark last night, and then it started raining. As you can see, like it's raining now. And yeah, so it was getting harder to see what I was doing, even with all the lights on, the truck and the tree harvester. So I thought, yeah, it's good enough. It's good enough. Now, I'm trying not to do too much work off camera, but then again, you know, it's you know, here we are. You know, I was episode 5, I think. So yeah, I mean, just sitting here cutting trees all the time without actually making too much progress. I mean, I am making a lot of progress actually, I think, but it can get a little repetitive at times. But at least last episode we got a power plant up, and we should be able to get one up here pretty soon. And the logs we're just cutting from here should give me enough cash. Now, the land's not as flat here, so I'll probably have to pay a little bit in landscaping fees. Yeah, so my plan for now is, like today, is get the solar power plant up and running for the sawmill, clear out a lot for our house, and then probably work on the road a little bit more, especially at the other end, past the corner. And that way the town or the county can come up and put down a nice, good road from the store to the sawmill. And then we can really just start working on clearing out the lot for a barn at our house. And the reason why, not a barn, but a nice little shed to park our equipment in. Because I'm pretty much parking at the sawmill or the store, or just leaving it in the quote-unquote road at night. I mean, I don't expect much traffic coming down through at night, so I just park right in the middle of the road. You can see it's a little hilly here. Also, what you'll see later on when we go up the road, and I've been trying to explain how much of a slant there is there. The more trees I cut out, you can really start to see the lay of the land a little bit, how much of a slant there is there. So we're gonna have to definitely do some landscaping, or the county's got to do some landscaping when they put the road in. It'll definitely make it a lot easier going around that corner, coming to the sawmill. I may not tip over as much. I didn't tip over at all yesterday, but then again, I wasn't on the slanty part. At least now with the other power plant down now, bringing in some cash. We're paying almost like $8 grand at night with all the fees that we have. Basically, the loan interest is like $7,000 something, and then of course I got vehicle maintenance, which, all right, I got vehicle maintenance. I got 3 vehicles, but I will say one thing though, starting to get pretty good with the tree harvester. Now, I'm not as good as some loggers are, to where they could cut the trees and load it right onto a trailer while having to use an autoloader. Yeah, I'm not, no, no. That would just drive me insanely nuts. Trying to remember how big the footprint is of this solar power plant. So the good news is I got word from the owner of the store. By the way, his name is Wayne. I haven't mentioned that just yet, but now I'm getting to know him a lot better. Yeah, Wayne has got someone that would like to definitely own a grain store, if you will. Apparently, the guy already owns a place in another county, and he wouldn't mind opening up something here if we can supply him with some products. He may not put a store here at first. He may just put down a little place to store the grain when we sell it to him, and then he'll come here. But later on, he may put a store there. Hey, I heard you cut. It's starting to feel a little weird. So I'm getting kind of used to all the trees around and it being kind of clustered and not be able to see far. And then you start clearing out an area, and it's almost like the light just shining through just makes it so much brighter and clear. You don't feel so clustered. But really, I was hoping by the end of spring to get it to where we're working on our own farm, meaning clearing out land. And seeing that we got a few more days to go, looks like we're getting there faster than I thought. I think we got it pretty well cleared out here. For some reason, I see this tree up here, and I'm thinking this tree right here I'm going to needs to go. So it's going. So the guys that work at the mill will be happy to hear that the road is wider and they have power down here so they can get to work. And they can start making some cash. Let me just go ahead and park this somewhere out of the way. I think the footprint's big enough for the solar power plant, though. Let's get the truck and pick up these logs and sell them to the mill so I can at least have enough cash to see if I got a big enough area before I start chipping down all the stumps. Let's see, it's on the left hand side. Well, we're going to switch it to the right hand side. Yeah, this makes it so much easier for me. If I had to load these up by hand, I don't think we would even be down to the sawmill yet. I'd be struggling. Alright, turn the autoloader off. Luckily I don't have to go anywhere with it, and it's all flat here, so he says, and I almost tipped it over because I have that loaded. Take it easy around the corners and you'll be fine. There we go. And it should be a cool 23,000. 18. Man, I feel like I'm getting ripped off now. Why is that log? There we go. Well, that's definitely enough cash for the power plant, but landscaping is probably going to be a little bit more than that. Plus, I still got a mess to clean up anyways. I have noticed when I was doing the road, there are some logs I'm not picking up, and the tree harvester is not always getting all the limbs off the trees. And of course the autoloader will not, I repeat, will not pick up trees with limbs on it. Switch that to the left. There, that's all the trees removed from the lot, so it gives us some room to work. Yeah, I've been kind of picking out equipment as well that we're going to need once we start getting enough land cleared to start making some fields. Yeah, I think we can turn that off. I'm thinking that's big enough for the solar power plant. Let's see here. Miscellaneous, and I almost know right where this power plant is. Yeah, that's definitely big enough once I swing it around. Yep, big enough. All right, so where's the Puma? No, I don't need the light. I need my Puma. Starting to build, put a little bit of wood chips in there. I'm over 10%, so I got plenty more to be cleared, so I don't need to be buying a trailer anytime soon. As long as I don't leave too high of stumps, we're fine. Yeah, the stumps aren't high enough. I'm just basically chipping up the stumps and not getting any wood chips out of it. If I leave the stump too high, then I will get some wood chips out of it. And I'd rather not, because really, from my experience, it seems like you get more money from the logs themselves than if you were to chop up a whole tree and make wood chips out of it and sell it that way. So it feels pretty good that actually once I get this down, we'll move some stuff up to our lot and start clearing out a whole field to actually put down a house, and then, oh yeah, start clearing out land for a nice little shed for our equipment. Then we should have enough money to start buying some equipment for the farm. I think the first thing I'll probably do is just make a field for grass, because I think what I'm going to do is make a grass field and maybe get some sheep in here. And then maybe next season we'll start thinking about maybe getting some chickens going. But of course we'll have to get, by then I should have another field going and maybe get some meat down. Although a grass field will be kind of expensive to get going, because yeah, you're going to need a mower, a baler, all that kind of stuff. But I think we'll be okay. I got plenty of trees to cut around. I've been looking at the land that we own and seeing what steps I can do next. I don't have the money to be buying any land whatsoever. That's as of right now. Once I get these solar power plants down here, so now even with the second solar power plant down, we should be making like 12 grand a day just on those alone. And those two right there will help pay off the loan interest at night and give us a little extra cash. So all the trees I cut down after that is pure profit. But I do have to pay for the road down here though, because like I said, this is our property. I wonder how much landscaping is going to cost. One thing I will say, landscaping doesn't cost as much as when the game first came out with the landscaping and patch, what was it, like 1.3 something? There we go. So it looks like, I didn't even notice, the rain did stop, but it looks like it's going to start raining again sometime soon. Now the one thing I probably will have to be thinking about when winter comes, I do not know running the Geo for the Midwest, how much snow we might get when winter comes, but we're just in spring, but you got to plan ahead, right? Alright, so here we go. Let's get the sawmill some power, and then we can move on and start working on land for ourselves. I have thought about putting down a biomass heating plant, but we're not doing wood chips anyways. And here's the wood chipper I was thinking about putting down here. I can bring logs down and start doing that, but yeah, that requires diesel fuel. I have to buy a tanker. Yeah, a lot of stuff I would need to do. All right, I should have the HUD on as well. Oh yeah, that's a lot of. We're talking $20,000 in landscaping. That kind of hurts. That kind of hurts. I'm just trying to get it squared up to the sawmill because I have to. Control E. Let's bring it down. How's that? Oh, if I bring it way down, that cuts into the price a little bit. All right, and square it up as best as you can. It's not too bad. All right, now let's see if we can get a decent price in here somewhere. I did see 128. How about if I go up with it a little bit? Ooh, 127, 126. And that's where it's going. Uh-oh. All right. All right, we can fix that later on. It's only 16 grand. Well, I mean, only 16 grand. We only have 16 grand left is what I want to say. But we will do a little bit of work for them because that was not expected. I thought it was down right to the ground. And let's see if I can get the strength. Which one's the strength button? That's radius, zoom, mouse, flatten. Where's change strength? Oh, control. I knew that. Let's bump up the strength of this flattener here, smoother. That's working a little bit better. Gosh darn coyotes around here. Yeah, and we'll come back later. Oh, I do see a tree stump there though. Actually here I'm going to have to flatten it out so they can get into the solar power plant. Flatten is these buttons here. Alright, then re-smooth it. It's hard to do landscaping the right way. There, that looks a lot better. Alright, so I need a little bit more smoothing here and there, but overall not too bad. And somehow I did miss a tree stump there. But now we got more income. Probably have to get those trees out of there. The good thing is here, these solar powers panels are facing that way and there's no trees in the way. That's good. Not looking bad at all. Although I will get rid of that stump there so they can get access inside to hook up everything. Alright, so the next step that we got today is get up there and, oh yeah, start making an area for us. Hopefully I got some place to sleep tonight. I may not clear out enough land this morning But at least by the afternoon, I hopefully will have a big enough area and a decent area to put down our little log cabin. So I'm going to bring some of this equipment on up. It will take a little while for the tree harvester to get up there, so I'll bring it back when I'm bringing the Volvo truck up and you can see how nice and wide the road is. Well, with the tree harvester and the Case Puma already up where we need it to be, we'll leave the sawmill here just for a little while. I'll only come down and visit now just to sell some more lumber. I already called them on the radio and let them know that they should have power down here at the sawmill, so they're going to come on down here probably after lunch and get to work. But now, as you can see, look how nice and wide the road is. I mean, you can pretty clearly see where the road's going. Like a nice little alleyway, like a landing strip. You can kind of just see right on down the road. But just as before we get to the corner, the road will narrow up just a little bit. So like right in here, you can see where it starts to narrow up. Right here, I think is where I finished off when it started raining. So another row of trees need to be cut down here. And right here is where the corner is. And right up here is where we're going to start work. Clear out a nice little area for our home. Hopefully we get enough cash to, at some point, also put down a shed to park our stuff under. Get out from underneath the elements of the sun, the rain. I thought I was going to miss that tree, but I did not. Yeah, I'm just thinking back to the first day here on Green Mountain, and yeah, we were at the store and hardly anywhere to go, move around, but now we got places to move around. So yeah, it's pretty well flat in here, as you can see. So I'm thinking we'll place the home in here, and I'm kind of thinking somewhere in here where it starts to go downhill. I want the house kind of like overlooking some of our fields and whatnot that we're going to be putting in down through here. So that's kind of the plan. Oh, there it is. I'm like, you don't want to get too far in these woods because with no frame of reference of where you are, you can get lost. Let's go ahead and turn on the harvester. And yeah, I'm just trying to see roughly where we are for flat area. I mean, it doesn't matter if I cut down more than enough around here. It's fine because we're going to need some places to... Actually, I want the HUD up because the HUD, when I see the HUD flicker on the left-hand side, that means I know I'm close enough to go ahead and start cutting the trees down. So we're going to block the road for a bit. I'm not too worried because the guys at Sawmill said not until the afternoon, so they should be fine. Or I should have the road cleared out by then. But yes, finally. Well, I shouldn't say finally. Like I said, I didn't think I would get this far this soon. But it's nice to just get to where... Oh yeah, this is where our house is going to be, huh? It's not going to be a spectacular house. It's just going to be a little log cabin, a place to, you know, have a shelter, a place to go in and eat, and I can actually stretch out. I mean, I can stretch out a little bit in the Volvo truck, but, you know, you need more room than that. So yeah, 2 solar power plants going now. We're earning some cash on that. And now we'll start earning some cash on this. The good thing is, like I said, we're going to try to use a lot of small equipment on here. So it's not like we need a lot of money to buy all this equipment to get farming. I'm going to try to use some stuff I know I haven't used at all. And see how it works. I did find some nice small equipment. The problem is it's too small to run some of this stuff. So... And when you know, you're probably thinking, what do you mean? Well, the most horsepower I can have on the tractor I was looking at is 80 horsepower, so I can't even run a plow or a cultivator. I would like to use one of those things. I just don't know what I'll use it for just yet. Can I? Sometimes you just can't see where you are. Now, right now, I'm just going in and cutting. I probably should be getting a better idea of where I'm at. But I want to make sure I'm far enough off the road because we need to widen this road a little bit more. And I don't want the house like right on the road. I want it up a little ways off. Run, where are you? You're there somewhere. Not too far forward. Yeah, right now I'm just going to place it anywhere in here. That's why I brought up the Case Puma. I can take care of these stumps as they go along if I need to. Like I said, once you start clearing out an area and it starts to open up a little bit, it makes it a lot easier to see what you're doing. That's been kind of the saying since day one, hasn't it? Yep, we should easily have a house for this evening to stay in. I hope. I just got to get someone here to build it. That's all. So if not tonight, then definitely tomorrow night we'll have a place to stay. Of course, what's really helping out moving along is my efficiency with the tree harvester. Like I said, the first couple times, yeah, it took a while. I haven't used a tree harvester that much, especially lately, and to get into a rhythm of cutting trees. Now it's like I'm just pulling right up to it, getting the tree cutter right where it needs to be, and cutting away. Yeah, right now I'm just rambling and coming in here cutting trees, not really trying to get a set pattern here. Where's the road at? All right. Yeah, this is looking good. It's kind of like what I'm kind of trying to do. Because I do want to put down some trees back in front of the house. Not these kind of trees. Just maybe a couple maples and oaks. Maples, oaks, and birch trees. So I can kind of see we're kind of coming up on a little bit of a slant in the hill on the left-hand side. So I kind of want to stay away from that for the house. I don't want to have to do a lot of landscaping to put down sheds and a house to begin with. I'm going to have a pretty decent sized shed to start with because we do have the big equipment in this tree harvester and the Volvo truck. And once I get the shed down, the house down, I'll have to get back to clearing out the road a little bit. And since I'm up here, I may just go right back to the country store and just work my way down to the house. That way the county can get started on the road. They may not do the whole road at once. They may just, work down to a corner and then come back another day. So how are we doing here? Not too bad, really. I mean, I almost got enough room for the house already, so I think I'm going to start clearing out some more on this side here. Don't know what that tree was stuck on, but it was making my tree harvester going. I was going to flip over. Yeah, I'm not getting close enough to the ground, leaving these stumps way too high, so I may have to come in here and clean some of this out. So we're getting some good logs here. So I'm going to just clear out a little bit more. Just about the noon hour, which is only half hour from now. And then I need to get those logs out of the road. So let me get some more trees cut down here, and I'll see you in just a little bit. Well, not quite noon, but also it's starting to get a little clustered in here for my liking. So I want to get some of these trees off the road and get some of these trees picked up as well. We got like maybe 3 loads of logs here. Alright, so I don't want to fill it up too much. Let's call it there, strap it in. And right now I'm just going to go ahead and pull forward and just park right here. I'll leave the engine running. We're fine. There is a log here that I did want to show you. So yeah, I can see it right here. So yeah, so you can see the tree harvester right here. It missed like a limb there and a limb up there. That will not go into the auto loader. I also found out yesterday evening when I was doing this, I did not have a chainsaw, so I had to come up to the store and get one. Always get a steel chainsaw, because that's what I have in real life, so I love that thing. Never fails me until next time I go to use it. Probably will. Let's get some of these stumps up here. Like I said, lately with the tree harvester, I'm not really getting too worried about getting right down to the ground. Because of 2 things. If I get right down to the ground, it makes it harder for the stumps to see. And also it just takes up more of my time trying to get as low as I can. So, yeah, I just try to get it roughly where it needs to be. But yeah, it hasn't taken us that long to clear out that much part of our land. Which is good. I don't know if I'm just getting that much better with the tree harvester and that's why I'm making progress this faster, or there's just not as many trees here as I thought there would be. Alright, so I got most of the stumps removed that I could get to. And these logs here are not actually going to the sawmill. These logs I'm going to pile right over here. These are the logs that we're going to use to build a log cabin with. Well, that I hired someone to build a log cabin with. So now that I got all the stumps cleared out, I can go ahead and pile up these logs nicely, hopefully. That's the plan. Alright, I think right here should be good. Let's unload that. I want to unload them to the left. And unload, please. And I can grab all the other logs to the right. And start piling those up as well. And hopefully they can come this afternoon and build us a log cabin. Alright, now I'll switch that to the right. We'll load up these logs. The house is going to go kind of right here. There's another tree that has like a... That's why I hate when I back up and I got the auto loader on. Every once in a while you back up and it tries to load a log and it doesn't land where you want it to. This thing works great when it's on flat land, the auto loader. On the hill down by the corner, it can get a little tricky. Can I get greedy and get all these? Sure can. Let's see here. We'll pile these kind of on the other side here. Carefully. There should be enough logs here to build a log cabin for our size that we have. It's not a huge log cabin. And who knows, I may even have some log left over. There, now I can clear out these stumps. Need to get that one log though. Well, this log does not want to load up. I am on the right hand side. Yeah, there might be something on it. Yep, I don't know what it was, but the chainsaw took care of the little limb that apparently was still sticking out somewhere. And I got a couple. Must be picked one up from the pile. Just got a couple logs here to snatch up. And then I'll have to grab the one that just fell off. But the road is kind of clear. Not kind of. It is clear. And like I said, once we get the house down, depending if I got money for the shed or not, which probably I don't. I want to switch that to there. And unload those. Now I'll get the truck out of the way. We'll grab the Puma, get rid of these 5 or 6 stumps that I can see. Yes, and I can see kind of our driveway coming up and in. I'll get the house down. And then I can kind of see where to go from there by putting down a shed. And then, after we do the road, and then, yeah, we'll start clearing out to the left, going downhill. And then maybe start making a field and such. Or clear out an area and try to see how the lay of the land actually is, because I may get halfway down there and find out it's steeper than I thought. Get a little bit of wood chips here and there. I don't know if they're going to want to build in the rain, so I'll have to see what happens. But I'm pretty confident they want to come here and get it done, because right now he said he has no work until summer, so yeah, I'm going to hire him to put up the house now. That way I'm not waiting until the fall to get a house down. That would not be fun. So I almost got an hour and a half on the Case Puma, and this is what it's only job. Of course, every implement has only had its own job. The tree harvester is only cutting down trees, and the Volvo truck is only transporting logs to the sawmill. So there we have it. We have a spot for our house. Just a little bit past noon, so maybe I'll head up to the store and just to grab something to eat and see if he's gotten some deliveries. Make sure the road's all good for him. But yeah, the house is going to go right here. Actually, I probably should move the tree harvester out of the way because I don't want it to get blocked in. Yep, right here is where the house should go. I keep saying house. It's a log cabin. And then, I keep saying and then, I'll keep straight ahead of us. We'll keep clearing out that way, and we're going to put in a shed in here somewhere. Like I said, that by cutting down more trees, we'll get more money, and that way we can afford to do stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, still our only income is going to be from tree harvesting and now the solar power plant. So little by little, we're getting somewhere. And hopefully, by summer, we should have a road going through here. I mean, this road is actually wide enough for them to put down the road now. So maybe I'll just have them give them a call, and they can come look at it and see how much more they need to be cleared. I know, like, from here on down at the corner, a little bit past the corner, needs to be a little bit wider because they're going to need to flatten that out. So they're going to need a little bit of room. But hopefully when we start next episode, guys, we'll have a log cabin sitting here. And I'll have a place to stay. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you next time on Green Mountain. But until then, have a good one.